don't think that just because there's nothing resting on it, Peter, a game can lose its edge, and certainly not when you're facing opponents like this. So I hope the players will approach this with real professionalism.
We have already started here. Another episode of this age-old tale, uncompromising conflict. Conte. Camavinga. Now it's Mbappe. Pau Kubasi kept his eye on it, and he's there. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe. There's nothing more frightening for a defender when he's running at you at full speed. He gets into a stride so quickly and seems to just glide across the turf. But when the goal's in front of him, he's also got that cool head that's required to pick a spot and finish everything off.
Yeah, the easiest way to make a difference is to score, so no argument there. Conte. And it's Morata. And here's Yamal. Neither side especially adventurous early on. Yamal. Hernandez. Conte. Nkunku. Now then, the ball's come loose.
Well, it seems as if the message has been issued by both managers: don't concede the opener.
That's good running with the ball. And claimed it back swiftly. That's good play. Pedri. Now, what about a counter-attack? Camavinga. And here's Mbappe. Now it's Nkunku. Pedri, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. That is a great pick out. He is through here. Big chance! That is decidedly lacking.
Well, that's why we all say indecision is fatal.
That's a lovely, neat pass. Cucurella calmly anticipates. Mbappe.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision, because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
And here's Mbappe. That is good alertness. And here's Thuram. That's very neat. Pinches it off him. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And that is as far as they're going to go. Oh, nicely intercepted.
Spain are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way through zone. They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Now it's Morata. So much time and space here. Camavinga.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
And it's Conte. Well, there's no such thing as a bad time to score, but this would sure be a good time. And here's Thuram. Little pass back.
Nkunku really was well marshalled there, because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Chouameni. Nkunku. Now it's Thuram. Now it's Camavinga. And he's had a hit! Oh, what a goal! What a goal!
Oh, what a superb finish to this first half from a great player. It's lifted the whole mood of the team and indeed the fans, and it should be enough to ensure they go into the break with a narrow but very welcome advantage.
France are in front now, the game's only goal.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it up now and the other has to tone it down.
And that'll be the final action of the first half. Well, it's a half which has simmered along nicely, warming up to what may be a more open second half to follow.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about, so an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
Well, you have to say it's a game that has very much lived up to the pre-game expectations. Passions running pretty high, rivals going at each other 100 miles an hour. You wonder...
Yamal!
And that is doing no harm at all.
OK, it's come to nothing, but it's a warning of further threat on the break.
Al-Kubasi is there, and he can pick it up. Oh, that's a key interception. Camavinga. And Hernandez. Here's Tchouaméni. Camavinga. Danny Vivian producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Oh, super find. Saliba, and that's gone loose. And he's only too happy to take that back. He really is being given no time to think on the ball now.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
Oyarzabal. Tchouaméni. Spain still this single goal behind. Danny Vivian. Now that looks a decent ball. Now that's well seen too. Almost an hour gone. No, that's been intercepted. Your impression so far, Jim?
Spain are very much in the game and matching the opposition for chances.
That's tidy. Pau Kubasi did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And that's really well manoeuvred. And he's intervened well there.
Well, it's good stuff. This is better.
This is a really front-footed approach.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Yamal. Chouameni.
This is the time you need that pace.
And here's Thuram. Hernandez is in a really good position out wide. And it's Conte. Mbappe. And the shot! It's in! A 2-goal lead and they're firmly in control.
Oh, that was a cracking little exchange to set up the finish, and a lovely understanding between both players. I mean, that's clearly tailored on the training ground and delivered beautifully on match day.
Cambio de jugadores en España. El dorsal 7, Morata. El dorsal 21, el dorsal 19, el dorsal 5, el dorsal 20. Serán sustituidos por el dorsal 25, el dorsal 10.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually. France are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Nice physical challenge. Well, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Chouameni, 75 minutes played. Nico Williams charging forward, the ball at his feet. Nico Williams driving forwards. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
That is a brilliant interception. A good-looking ball. Interesting ball. Conte.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack. Well, they can at least make a fight of it. Even if it's just a goal, the lift it would give would be huge no matter what the end result is.
Camavinga. Cucurella did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Nico Williams. Dani Olmo. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Well timed, excellent interception. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Oh, that just required a bit more oomph to reach its target.
Oh, he's burst through! Barcola running with the ball.
Habrá un minuto de descuento.
Good challenge, excellent challenge. And they've switched it over to the other side. And the referee brings it to a close. In the end then, no joy. Not for the want of trying, not for the want of running. Simply they were beaten by a better team on the day. So there it is. What struck you most about that?
Well, you can never predict the results of these games, as your usual indicators like form become pretty irrelevant. It's a tough one to take, but these players have got what it takes to...
Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. And we have in front of us this gloriously imposing arena, absolutely perfect for a game of this nature. Jim, this one always matters.
Well, exhibition match sounds like an easy-ozy game of football, Peter, and a picture-perfect occasion until the word pride gets a mention. And it's likely to have quite a big say between teams that could easily be sucked into an excuse for another feud. Why let an exhibition match get in the way of that? So these two will be going at it very, very strongly.
And already we're underway here. Pride, tradition, the game neither dares lose. Yamal. Oh, sweet feet. He is through here. Hernandez does really well to win the ball there. Hernandez defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man.
Yeah, that's top defending and preventing him turning, which can open up many possibilities.
And here's Perez. It's Morata! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Beautifully worked to take the defence out of the picture, but there'll be no rush to see the replay on this.
question, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, this fella, Christopher Nkunku, is a player with a very interesting history in that he's played as a winger, a wing-back, a central midfielder, and now he's adapted his game to being able to play through the middle. It's quite remarkable, actually, that he's made this transition, and he's made it work to such a great extent.
Yes, he'd be my pick too. It's going to be all about how they get the best out of him. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Pedri. Konate cuts out the pass. So a third of the match, or thereabouts, gone, and we still await the first goal. Stood up well to him there. Danny Vivian. Oh, this is a terrific run. Distributed tidily. Pedri. Some really good ball movement. He's looking to set free a runner.
Morata really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Camavinga. France applying the press here, a high press.
Yeah, we see this so often these days, but it does demand an awful lot of work rate and, of course, the discipline, because it has to be with everyone. It can't be with one or two. If that starts happening here, it'll just fall away.
Yeah, and there are so much of them, but of course the returns can be terrific. Oh, he's ended up in... Oh, he's been caught on it here! Cleared without complication. Koundé. And Konate. Danny Vivian wins the duel this time. The fullback is in acres of space here. Camavinga. Camavinga! Danny Vivian is there to clear. Nkunku. Camavinga. Conte. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Mikel Oyarzabal. Konate spots it and intercepts. And it's Conte. He's through here. Camavinga. Pedri. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And we're not going to make any further progress now. Oyarzabal, and that could well leave a mark. The ball is loose and the chase is on.
This is actually quite a courageous move, and I'll add ambitious and adventurous too.
And here's Thuram. Now it's Kante. Gets a good foot in there. And there is the half-time whistle. Well, there it is, half-time. Not a bad watch by any means. And the efforts of both sides have been good, but neither have been able to penetrate. And so we reach the break, and the game remains goalless. Well, you'd have to say it's a game that has very much lived up to the pre-game expectations. Passions running pretty high, rivals going at each other 100 miles an hour. You wonder whether they can keep this up. So they head in no further forward. The score here, still 0-0. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. So neither side has yet broken through. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Great ball if he can get there. He's found the way through. And through to the goalkeeper. Camavinga.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
Koundé. Nkunku. Here's Chouameni. Camavinga. And Hernandez. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Oyarzabal fiddles it through. He's got... tries a shot! Goal!
Yeah, I'd call that transition with bite. They won it back and bit hard.
Spain have taken the lead.
Well, whatever the manager said in that dressing room at half-time, it's worked a treat.
Laporte is fouled. Zubimendi. Pedri. And the ball's come loose here.
Incentive set and incentive met. Now they've got to take it on another level.
Now it's Mbappe. Oh, red, nice interception. Noticeable change in the approach to defending here. Much more in your face.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
He's played him through. And he's only too happy to take that back.
France showing a little more urgency now, and to be honest, Peter, this is what's required.
They're coming again and again.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Nkunku stood up well to him there. Morata, chance here to counter. And it's Perez. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Morata, Perez, and he's had a shot! So Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, I think it's pretty clear. The message is to get the job done, and the sooner the better.
Engages and forces him off the ball. Well, played right into his path. Hits one! He's got a goal! France are back on level terms. Even some of the opposing fans are clapping that. You just have to appreciate it.
Well, the ball flight may be unpredictable, but the predictable part was the technique. It screamed goal all the way.
Cambio de jugadores en España. El dorsal 7.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually.
El dorsal 19.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Yeah, it's a very good contest with two very good sides, and with such great individual talent on show, it could go either way.
El dorsal 11.
Spain finding their
El
passes.
dorsal 3. Cambio de jugadores.
Dani Olmo. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Pedro Porro. He's done well to get his head on that, but couldn't score.
Now that was a slick move, and there were several options in the box to pick out.
And we have our very first corner.
Well, they deserve an awful lot of credit for their commitment to the cause, but it's a goal credit that would be most welcome now.
I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Saliba does really well to win the ball there. Olise. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
And it's Rabiot. Pinches it off him. Zubimendi.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Dani Olmo is flagged offside.
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
Chouameni. Kante is onto it in a flash. Zubimendi. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Chouameni. And here's Colomwani.
Habrá 3 minutos de descuento.
And it's Rabiot. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And here's Barcola. Look at the decent hit! Cucurella clears. Pedri. And there goes the final whistle. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective. It lacks a winner of course, but the crowd largely satisfied. So there it is. What struck you most about that?
Well, that really did